What is up, guys? Welcome back to our new podcast. It's called The Next Layer. We're going to be talking about base, layer 2 scaling solutions, and all your favorite layer 2 blockchains. Not only this is not only this is going to be a new podcast, but also I got a new co-host. We're going to be doing this weekly. We're going to be talking about meme coins, technology, stuff that we see in the industry, and we're going to give you guys the inside scoop on a lot of cool stuff. And I want to welcome to the stage one of my really good friends, Bill the Bull, host of Late on Base. What's up, brother? How we doing?
Doing good, man. This is literally my first time ever doing live. I'm
Yeah,
down.
man.
I think this is fairly underrated live stream itself. I think this is the future. I think those that want to be into the space of, giving out content, they better learn how to use live stream. So, bro, I'm excited to do this with you. Show me the way, Jedi. Show me the way.
Yes, sir. And I'm excited to have you on live stream, man. Dude, live stream is absolutely crushing in 2024, the year of the dragon. And we also got the layer 2 boom. We see base going crazy. We see blast going crazy. We're seeing some come ups with scroll and Zksync. So before we get into, the me and Cheese and talk about this, I want you to tell us about your story with late night on base. Because as most guys know, me and Bill the Bull were PDI Pulsing guys. And next you know, he starts a podcast called Late Night on Base and has been absolutely crushing it. So tell us a little bit about that, man.
Yeah, man. So actually, I'm just trying to figure out how to share this on X and stuff. I just always fun starting for the first time. There's all these technical difficulties. We'll have to figure that out another time. But yeah, man, listen. Um, Super stoked to be here. Came from the PDI world. My whole premise was there needed to be another chain besides Ethereum. If you were around 2021, you saw the gas fees were just ridiculous. $200 a transaction. I was just like, this is a whale's paradise. And if you want to, be able to bring, retail, there needs to be a different chain to do that. So I thought, and listen, I still love the guys at Pulse Chain or whatever, that ecosystem. So I got into PDI really early on. I think it was in August. So there's a group of us who found that like 500K market cap. And that thing just went parabolic to like 180 million or something. And so there's a lot of people who believe it's going to peg to a dollar. I do as well. But Pulse Chain is Pulse Chain. I like it. But I'd be lying to you and saying that, hey, it's now my favorite layer 2, or, I guess that's a layer 1, but an alternative to Ethereum. And so I found out about Base, and I just love Base. I love everything it stands for. I made a podcast called Late Night on Base. I'm all about Base. But you know what, though? I'm all about other layer 2s. And that's why I want to do this show with you, because there's a lot of other cool layer 2s that, may not have the attention, but there's a lot of opportunity. And so the reason why we made decent money on Pulse Chain and PDI is because we went where there was no attention, right? So I think doing a show like this, going to different chains, exploring, is where smart money can load up before everyone comes. So let's dive deep. Let's see what else is out there. And I know literally more about this than I do.
Absolutely, man. And hey, glad to have you on, man. And honestly, what I love about the layer 2s is, we're seeing DeFi roll out. We're seeing meme coins absolutely crushing it. This is definitely a meme coin market. You got cats, you got frogs, you got dogs, you got Politify. It's absolutely exciting. And I think Base really set a message with what they were creating, because we had Arbitron, we have Optimism, and no one really took it seriously. They had some institutional stuff going on with those chains. I know Optimism was backed by a early Ethereum developer. I forgot his name, but he worked with Vitalik on Ethereum. But then we had Solana blow up, and then Base blew up under Jesse Pollock. And shout out to Jesse Pollock, really great, really great developer. Once that started blowing up, that's when people realized layer 2s are something you need to start taking seriously, because we saw Brett do its thing, we see Crash, and we see Menon. So overall, man, I think there's a lot of culture behind here. I think this is going to be a crazy layer 2 market, and I think there is a lot of other chains we need to start exploring. So to just start off, man, out of all the layer 2s, what really attracts you to Base?
Simple. I think bet on Base is a bet on Coinbase and the growth of Coinbase. To me, there's no other leader. In obviously, if you're from America, it's Coinbase is by far the number one exchange. It's the most regulated. They're doing things the right way. They have the monopoly. Honestly, I don't care about Kraken. I don't care about anything else. It's Coinbase. They're the leaders, and I think arguably they're a top two chain or a top two exchange in the world. Maybe Binance is still there. I don't know, but so it's a bet on Coinbase, and they don't need to be doing this. And I think it starts with, they want to see this ecosystem grow for, not for monetary reasons. They're so rich, they're so funded. So it's not like they're dropping their own token. They don't need to do this versus other layer twos. They have incentivized with VC money that they want to dump on the chain, which gives us opportunity, but we'll get to that more later. But yeah, Base is kind of what Coinbase's baby, and I don't see Coinbase's baby gonna, go to waste because I think Coinbase, their dad, is going to do whatever it can to just watch it flourish and onboard 1 million, 2 million normies.
Absolutely. And just to build off what you were saying, I'm gonna do a quick screen share right here, and I want to bring up something very interesting with the L2 beat. So you said Base was a bet on Coinbase, and Coinbase really big in the US, one of the top exchanges, and they've done a really great job of bringing normies into the space. But also, I want to talk about a little bit about the TVL. Base has about $6 billion worth of TVL that came out of nowhere. Arbitron sitting at 14 billion, and now it's surpassed Optimism. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's to be expected, honestly, brother. I think if you've been around the space, a lot of these chains, I mean, let's be honest. I don't know if I can use a profanity, so I won't. But who the f uses Optimism in like retail? Who the f uses Arbitrum, bro? I mean, honestly, I just follow the money. So Base, you know, February, March, I took notice of what the hell was going on in Base. I faded it all last year. I thought it was like, if you were around last year, anyone listening, there was like Doge chain. There was like literally every chain and their mother had something. Thought it was a fad. I wasn't smart about it. And then when you saw what Brett did, I think maybe Coinbase realizes, hey, this is the opportunity to, build the next layer. So to me, as the ecosystem matures, as the bull run continues, which I truly believe we still are in a bull run, and I don't know if you want to get into that, but me and Chris know we believe a lot of the same things. I think as the ecosystem matures, Base is only going to be, it's only inevitable that Base becomes number one, honestly, because all the smartest developers, again, Jesse Pollock sets the standard, and I think they're incentivized to watch it grow. And it's just the energy is contagious and more than Arbitrum. And I think you also have the memes to bring the attention, which is important because I don't know, Chris, do you know any memes on Arbitrum that are, gotten the attention of literally anybody?
No. There was one dog coin. I forgot what it's called, but outside of that, you're 100% right. Base has been crushing with memes.
Yeah, and that's with the attention economy, right? So you bring in the people who see, okay, wow, Brett's at a billion or 900 million. What the hell is going on? I want to be a part of it. And now it's the gateway drug. Memes are a gateway drug to any of these chains, and that's why I think other layer twos are going to have a number one top meme. For Pulse, to me, it's Teddy Bear, right? Teddy Bear is the one people like, they can understand. And then once you bring them in, then you have the world to your oyster. Then you can explore. And so I think VCs are going to incentivize the top memes on all these chains. So yeah, if Arbitrum doesn't have a meme, I mean, or like Optimism or Zksync, I just don't think they will be in the running.
Absolutely. And here's the thing about memes, and this is why we're such big meme coin guys. Number one, we like to go and make money. Just being flat out honest. But number two, there's VC funded memes. If you look at some of these memes that first launched, they're saying $1 million market cap. The reason why they're saying $1 million market cap is some big money got in at the beginning. So, in my opinion, memes are going to be the future. They build these brands, and using these brands, that's where you get the payment platform. That's where you get the dexes. And I guarantee you, I would not be surprised if Brett, I'm not saying they're going to do this, but I would not be surprised if Brett does something crazy like, hey, we're going to create a layer 3 called Brett layer 3 chain, because layer 3s are big. And we'll probably talk about layer 3s on another one. That's a whole complicated subject. But man, you get the point. memes are really, really big. And now that we're talking about meme coins, since we got past why Base is crushing it, what are your top 3 favorite meme coins on Base? And I'll give the audience my top 3 because I know there's a lot of degenerates over here that love meme coins. So
Yeah, and to anyone listening, honestly, if you're fading meme coins and meme culture, I think you're making a big mistake. Don't be like me in 2021 who faded SHIB, Doge, thinking it was stupid. Literally, it's an intention, it's a brand. You know, let's be real. Most of crypto is there's no use case except for maybe Ethereum, you know, whatever. But memes have its place. So top 3 on Base, to me, it's kind of easy. Number 1, Brett. Simple. It's, you know, when you're trying to onboard your grandma, your grandpa, retail, they're not going to be scouring the degen markets to see what's the next 1 million market cap coin. I love those. Great. But they're going to go for the top of the top, right? And, you know, if Brett, you know, could pull 50x, 50 million mark or 50 billion market cap, it's not out of the ordinary or the realm. People would die for a 50x. So I think without a doubt, Brett's number 1. If you are fading Brett, then you're fading meme coins on Base. It's established itself as the number 1 coin. And then as you go down the list, I really do like there's 2 that I like, and they're not paying me anything to say this, but I just like them. They have appeared on my podcast. But I do like Crash. Crash is great. And the reason I like Crash, it's a play on Brett. I look at it as a leverage play on Brett. It's a tribute coin to Cash's Claire. Yeah, Crash, the main KOL. And it's really well run. The main dev is a guy named Dicey, younger guy. If you haven't listened to my podcast with him, you should plug to my podcast. But the community is great, and it's just it's just what crypto's about. He's a hardworking guy, and again, it's a play on Brett, right? So I think Brett Wales eventually will then try to double their money or whatever, and then going to like a lower cap that even Crash himself has, you know, fucked with in a way, like supported them. And the third one I'll say is Miggles. Miggles has recently came on my podcast as well, and I will say, and they're around 20 million market cap. So again, Brett is currently at like 850 million, somewhere around there. Crash is around 4 or 5 million, and Miggles is around 15, 16 million. Recently hit about 100 million about a week ago. And the reason why I like Miggles is for 2 reasons. Number 1, their community is by far the best rating community I've ever seen in my life. Any post I put on there, it's just literally obliterated. And one of the and they were on the podcast. Shout out to Force, who joined me. He's a really well respected individual who's running the CTO. And again, leadership is contagious, you know. And that one also has a backing. Coinbase created like an NFT, supported their NFT, so there's the Coinbase element as well to it. But you can't really fade a coin that went from 0 to 100 million in like 4 days, right? And so I think now you're in consolidation. And yeah, so those would be my 3. Chris, tell me about yours.
My 3, excuse me, guys, my mouse went out, so I can get the charger out. But so my 3 that I really, really like on the Base chain, they actually line up with you. You know, I'm a huge fan of Brett because number 1, Brett falls into the hold on 1 second. Let me put this out. So it falls into the Matt Fury meta. And 1 second. Let me get this in real quick. Sorry about that, guys. So the reason why I really like Brett is it goes into the Matt Fury meta, and the big thing that they were doing is they were able to get onto the FIFA World Cup stage, and they were also doing some sponsorships with the Olympics. So because they're creating such a beautiful brand, in my opinion, Brett has the caliber to have a competition with Nike in the Web3 space. So the key to understanding these meme coins is the marketing and the advertisement. You can't have a company without the necessary marketing. So definitely Brett is number 1. This is going to be a blue chip. This thing's going to be around for a minute. Number 2, man, huge fan of Crash. Then the reason why I like Crash is because Crash Clay took some of the biggest heat for backing Brett. Now, if you guys don't know, Brett actually had a pre-sale. Not a lot of people really like that. And that also indicated that there might be some VC funding behind Brett. But regardless, they had this VC sale set up, got FUD into the ground, Crash stood his ground, and next thing you know, Brett hit that 1.2 to $2 billion market cap range. So in my opinion, Crash is one of the most important people behind Base. He's one of the main KOLs. He's the main influencer, and he's one of the main marketers. So it just makes sense. And then my third one, it's gonna be a hard one because I don't want to say Miggles because I was actually looking at Miggles because it was actually in a phenomenal buying point.
Mm.
So as for my third one, what was the name of that big dog that caught a lot of traction? It was like a huge dog coin
On base,
on base. I'm trying to remember.
not Ski Mask, right? Or Ski Dog? No.
No, yeah, Ski Mask Dog. Ski Mask
Okay,
Dog.
Ski Mask.
All right, so check this out. So Ski Mask Dog, one of my partners that I work with over at the Verse, you know, we always look at research and whatnot. He sent me Ski Mask Dog at I think it was it was right around 50K market cap. Next thing you know, this thing blows up to 10 to 15 million dollars. And I'm just like, what the heck is going on with this project? And I get on Twitter, there's a lot of popularity, a lot of people are going on, it's going crazy. You got the dog with the mask on, an absolutely crazy narrative. So I'm a big fan of Ski Mask Dog. And then there's actually one other one. Let me take a look at it real quick, see if it came back. There's another coin, but I'm not sure if they're. Yeah, actually, we'll say that for another day. So, but yeah, man, overall, man, I think all those are great picks. Ski Mask Dog, Brett, and Crash. And then the other ones you had was Mr. Miggles. Now, I want to know your thoughts on Mr. Miggles. Do you think this is the mascot of Coinbase?
I think it's an unofficial mascot of Coinbase. I think obviously Coinbase, regulatory reasons, I don't think will ever publicly say, hey, anything, but they'll encourage, because I think at the end of the day, they want attention, right? And like it or not, Miggles has given them a lot of attention. And actually Miggles too, they have an NFT collection. And I think, again, these are things that draw interest to Base. So I think it will be the unofficial type mascot just because of the amount that they've kind of shown time and attention, but in a way where it's not like a direct shill. But you just kind of have to follow, like why would Jesse be posting like the Miggles NFT, not their collection, but just in general the cat so much. So yeah, I do think about that in a way. And again, just I have to reiterate, I freaking love these live streams, man. This is so fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, live streams are awesome, dude. I'm glad your first one was on with me because, dude, people commenting, you can talk to people, stuff always
Bro,
pops up, dude. It's awesome.
I wanted to say I see some of the comments and there's a guy named Damien, and I think you're right that and he seems like a big supporter. So shout out to you for supporting Chris, because Chris is the man. I do also agree with you, Damien, that Base is going to be pivotal in crypto in the future, because the US, you have to think about it from a bigger standpoint too, right? In the US, there's obviously a reputation that they're pushing away, innovation. They're pushing away, you know, uh, uh, entrepreneurs who are trying to build something because of the regulatory disconnect. And so I think Base has to be that leader to shape the industry, shape the regulations, shape the law, be that pioneer for people to follow. And so they have to do everything in their power to succeed. And I think they know that. And I think because of that, they're going to ensure Base, their baby, is going to be at the forefront. So I just had a comment on that. I'd liked his comment.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's run through a couple. And like I said, shout out to Damien. Damien's always a homie, big supporter. He's been following my live streams for almost, I think, was a year and a half, 2 years. Great dude. We got Academia at I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce that, but shout out to you, man. Polshing, great chain. Shout out to you, Super Snake. Good to see you, man. Good stuff. Shout out to Viber Finance. Always good to have you in here, my man. And he brought up a good point, shouting you out. Such a good point. I can't name one meme on
Nothing.
optimism or Arbitrum. So, yeah, man. I wouldn't be surprised if they come back with some sort of revenge pump and start putting up some more memes. But yeah,
I
man.
think,
Go
I
ahead.
think, I think, I think it would be important. Like, I would curious to know, what are your thoughts on some other chains and some other top memes that maybe some people might have to check out? Because I know Linea is a chain that has potential. Because I feel every of those chains, they're going to need some sort of exit pump, right? They're all VC backed, and let's be real, VC money wants to make money. They're not a charity, but if us as investors understand what the game plan is, we can position ourselves before people come in So I'm curious to know your thoughts, Chris. Like, what are some of the things like on some other chains, some other memes that you're checking out?
Absolutely, man. And let me draw a quick diagram because believe it or not, people actually like my drawings, which is awesome. And I did this a lot during the PDI live stream. So I'm gonna stop screen this and then show you guys other memes that we're checking out, and we'll continue to report here on the next layer. So when it comes to these layer twos, they got one goal: help with scalability with Ethereum before they get to that sharding point. Sharding has been implemented, so it's going to take some time. So Base is like, all right, I'll help you with some with the transaction fees, and then Scroll and all these other networks come in. So I do agree with you. Base, as of right now, is going to be numero uno. That's the king. But just because it's king doesn't mean we can't speculate on other ones. In my opinion, my number two, layer two, right now, is going to be Lina. So the reason why I like Lina, you know MetaMask, right? MetaMask is backed by Consensus. Consensus is a major VC funder of Lina. So what I'm seeing right now is because Consensus is heavily backed behind Lina and there's a lot of VC money in it. I do agree with you. They're going to pump it. And so, in my opinion, the number one meme coin on Lina is going to be Linda. And Linda is a dog token. There's a lot of people that are in NFT communities that I looked at whale wallets that are actually in this token right now. And I firmly believe when Lina gets into their pump phase, Linda is going to be the number one leverage play against Lina. So that's my number. That's my number two. Any thoughts on Lina?
Actually, I didn't even realize it was pronounced Lina. I thought it was Linnea.
Oh, Linnea. I'm sorry. Linnea. I said that wrong. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I have no idea, but I think you're right on. Because think about it, guys. All these chains have to compete for attention, right? I believe all these chains are also going to have a token, and liquidity. I view these tokens as like a liquidity event, right, for the chain. So, say Linnea pushes a token out, which to me, I think they will. I think most of these chains will, except for Base, because it's a money grab, but like they want to make money again, opportunities there. So Linda is good. I used first of all, Linnea is cool because it's like it's EVM compatible, super easy to bridge. The bridge I use is Orbiter. Finance, super easy, just kind of like go in and out of different chains from Ethereum to Linnea. I think there was also one. Who's the main guy on Linnea? Joe something. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like Joe.
I need to look it up.
Yeah, anyways, Joseph Rubin or Joe Lubin something. I think some
Lubin.
Ethereum guy named Lubin. So they had a coin called Lube. I have no idea how it is, but I remember checking out Linnea in like February timeframe, and Linda and Lube were the two that were around. I have no idea if Lube is there. Those are the only two that I know of. I think Linda is a dog. As a dog, everyone needs to have that. So I don't know, but I think Linnea, there's opportunity, but obviously from your list, and I like your writing too. To me, it goes one base, and I still would go number two. I'd go. Well, it's not layer two, so never mind. Then a far distant down would be Linnea. What was the one? Blast, right? Tell me about Blast because I know you're a big Blast guy.
Yeah, that's actually my number three. So Blast. All right. So here's the thing about Blast. So the reason why I have this at number three is because I understand that right here, the people that founded MetaMask, they're gonna pump this chain to oblivion, in my opinion, because they have so much money and they have connections to JP Morgan, and we don't have to get into that. But the reason why I love Blast is there's a guy named Pac-Man. He basically he graduated early from high school. He went to MIT and he went there for a year, got a business partner, and basically founded a NFT marketplace. After he found this NFT marketplace and made an absolute killing, he launched Blast Chain. Now, what's interesting about Blast is Blast only got received about $20 million of VC funding. Linnea got right around 750 million. Scroll got close to 1.8 billion. Zksync got about 540 million, and then the list goes on. So typically, every one of these chains received more than $100 million worth of VC funding. Now, Blast only got $20 million. And what's interesting is when they set this chain up, they took the fees that the chains generate and they pay it out to anybody who brings over liquidity. So if you have an Ethereum profit from a meme coin trade, you put onto Blast, you can earn 2 to 5% off of that one Ethereum per year. It is real yield generated by the chain. On top of that, they're doing a massive airdrop season where they're taking tokens and airdropping to people who provide liquidity and also do a bunch of transactions and volume on Blast. And then the last thing, Pac-Man is the most hated developer in all crypto. He's more hated than Richard Hart, without a doubt. The guy's humble. He's nice. He's not a jerk. And for some reason, a lot of people on Solana, a lot of the KOLs, they do not like this guy. I mean, it absolutely just blows my mind. And the reason why is has to do with Blast being accused of being a Ponzi scheme. So the reason why Blast is number 3 is number 1, it's more of that community run project that started from the bottom, didn't have much money going into it. Number 2, it is the most hated project in crypto, right behind Pulse Chain. And number 3, I think it's going to be one of the biggest places for the next meme coin season. Any thoughts on that, Bill the Bull?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know anything about this hated guy, but sometimes those are the ones that get the most attention, good or bad, and so those are the ones that pump the most. I think on Blast, like I said, I actually don't know too much about Blast. I know anything I know about Blast is honestly because of you. And I think the one that stands out to me if I was interested in getting into Blast is, like you say, Andy. I think Andy is the number one meme on that chain. Let me see if I can pull it up. We could also go through a little well, I don't know. I'll figure I don't want to mess it up. But yeah, Andy, I think is what is it at? Like 20 million right now? MC?
Yeah. I mean, if you pull it up and then just hit your screen share, you can pull up the chart. I'll leave it
Yeah.
up to you. You don't have to. You don't want
No,
to.
no, no. I actually, dude, I'm trying to get good at this, bro.
I got you.
So I think listen, I think there's opportunities, but I think I have no idea what else is on Andy. I mean on Blast. But the thing is, I mean the chart. Actually, let me pull up the screenshot. Learning. Let's see.
So
Share screen.
yeah.
Okay, so let's go with this. All right, let me know if it's working. Sorry, everyone. I'm a noob when it comes to share screen. Can you see
Yeah.
it?
No. So hit the screen share and then make sure you click the screen and then it should pop at the bottom. I can pop it up.
Okay, I think I'm
There
sharing
you
it
go.
now.
There you go.
All right, cool. So if you see, this, right? It's just kind of like, yeah, forget about this. It's triple top. I'm not a huge fan because I have to think longer term. But you just see the liquidity, you see the market cap, you see the amount of holders. There's still good volume. I think this is and it's only been out since what, like since March. So this is the kind of project that you want to kind of get your attention on because this is the one that's the chosen one on this chain. And again, attention goes to the top meme. Every chain should have a top meme. Andy is that one on Blast.
100%. I agree with you. And, they also have, I saw Pepe on Blast. They also have another tribute coin to Pac-Man called Pac Moon. There's a lot of meme coins on Blast. And one of the crazy parts of Blast is we might have to do like one exclusive live stream just covering Blast. Is that if you're a developer on Blast and you build and you create volume and you have transactions of people swapping in and out your token, you actually get paid for that. So the fees generated from the chain will go straight to you as a developer. So it is a chain where you get paid to use, to develop, and to also hold your tokens on top of it. So it's a
Yeah,
crazy
that's actually
platform.
yeah, no, that's pretty cool. Let me ask you this, Chris. Obviously, there's a lot of chatter too. I don't technically think it's a layer two. I think it's its own chain. What are your thoughts on the Ton network? I know a lot of people love it.
The Ton network. So in my opinion, I think Ton has a huge connection to Eastern Europe. And the founder, was it Pavlov? I can't remember. I always forget his name, something Pavlov. But long story short, with the Ton chain, I personally think it's a main competitor that's backed by Russian Eastern Europe to Ethereum that's backed by everyone in the US and Europe and like the Western world. And in my opinion, what Ton chain is doing is they're creating an all-in-one platform for social media, payments, and also a chain that can be used in that part of the world. And overall, I think it's a phenomenal chain. So I think, in my opinion, when it comes to the Ton network, we're going to see the rollout of BRICS, Russia. I mean, excuse me, I said Russia, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa.
Mhm.
A lot of those countries involved in BRICS are going to have some sort of connection to Ton. And so if you think BRICS is going to be a big thing, you want to take a look at Ton. What's your opinions on Ton?
I mean, like I said, I haven't been involved at all. I feel I can't be a part of every single chain because my focus is limited, but I do see the appeal. And I know there's a lot of smart people who love that chain and who are somewhat maxis. I think BRICS is going to be a big deal. I think, getting into other discussions with when it comes to CBDCs, the dollar, the decline of the dollar, there's a lot at play globally. Geopolitically, like whether it doesn't matter if you're leaning right or left. I don't care about that, but it's evident that the world's changing before our eyes. The old establishment's changing before our eyes. And I think BRICS is going to be a major thing. And so I do see the eventually, I think Ton, like I said, has that Eastern European ties with Russia and all that stuff. So I do see potential for there. Like I said, it doesn't make the top of my list just because I view things as what's going to be the most easy, accessible globally, most ability to go viral, and I think US has to be involved in that. I think, whatever project you need to capture the USA market, and you have to have that's why anything on base is like for me number one. So I do see the appeal of it. I haven't gone into it too deep, but as time goes on, as like any degen go does, follow where you can make money, bro.
Absolutely, man. And before we get back to this, the one thing I want to say about Ton Chain Resistance Dog is a big project that Crash really loves. He talks about in the past, and Resistance Dog was launched by the foundation, and it was through this idea of, all right, we're going to market with this meme coin. And Resistance Dog started to create another meme coin run on the Ton chain that not many people like to talk about. So, in my opinion, I do agree with you. Ton chain is a great ecosystem, it's a great community, and it's one of those blockchains where, if you focus and hone in on it, there are opportunities to make some money. Now, I just want to go back to this list real quick, just to just wrap it up real quick. So I'm going to do two more, and then we'll add on to the list going on to the future. So for your fourth layer two scaling solution, this is one that not many people talked about. It also has a bunch of VC funding behind it, about 1.8 billion, and it was also created by research scientists at MIT. The name of this layer two is going to be Scroll. So Scroll, just like Blast, Lina, and Base, it's another layer two. It goes straight into this narrative, and their main token is going to be Scrolly. So Scrolly, it's called Scrolly the map. I talked about on live stream all the time. It's like this little map rolled up. The development team behind this project has been absolutely crushing it. They've been marketing. They've been setting up games. When I look at what Scrolly is creating, they're basically creating a digital brand similar to Brett, similar to what we're seeing with Andy, Linda, and all these projects, except they're going to be exclusive to the Scroll Network. Bill the Bull, have you ever checked out Scroll Network or Scrolly at all? Does it ring a bell?
I can say with complete certainty, never. But that's why I come to you, Chris, because you are the alpha Chad of layer twos, and that's why I love doing a show with you because not only are we educating the audience, brother, you're educating me, man. And I've never heard of Scroll except for you. I'm looked at the chart though right now, and actually the chart looks really good. It's around 950K. It does seem to me by far the number one meme on that chain. And like I said, it's solid, man. 113K liquidity. It's been around, like I said, since January. So you need to, if you guys are looking for opportunities, these are the times to go into these chains when literally no one's looking. If you were to get into base last year when no one cared, brothers, you guys would have done remarkable once February, March time came around. So you have to position yourselves to where you think people are going to go to next. And I can see Scrolly and Andy, especially being two beneficiaries of growth.
Absolutely. Agree 100%. So, we'll probably do another live stream talking about Scroll, but in my opinion, I think Scrolly is the number one meme coin for that chain, just like Andy, just like Linda, and then Base. We'll probably have to say Bread. You think Brett's a
Yeah.
fair one?
No, I
Yeah.
mean, that's no brainer to me.
Yeah. So say Bread. And then last one, it's going to be Zksync. Now, Zksync, this one got hated for its airdrop.
Mm.
This one got destroyed. And the founder, I forgot his name, but not a lot of people like him because of his airdrop. But because so many people hate this chain, as they slowly convert from being haters to lovers of the chain, that's where you get that price appreciation. Now, just like Scrolly, just like Andy, just like Brett, just like Linda, there's a token that has a similar format with the marketing, the branding, the videos, the stuff that you see in the world of meme coins. And in my opinion, I think the number one coin over there is going to be Zeke, the Zksync cat. So Zeke follows similar branding. Keep in mind with this token, there's no buy tax, but there is a sell tax, and it's a 3% sell tax. But what you can do with your Zeke is you can stake it into their protocol to earn more Zeke, because anytime you sell, that percentage goes into a staking app. On top of that, they do a lot of collaborations with other communities on Zksync. There's a lot of other cool projects called Longmao, and a lot of other really cool meme coins that have been popping up on Zksync. The thing that kind of held them back a little bit was because that sketchy airdrop. And in my opinion, Zksync could potentially have a meme coin pop. Bill the Bull, any thoughts on Zksync, or
Yeah,
have you
I
ever
mean,
looked into it?
I totally understand the hatred. Good and bad. At the one hand, everyone should just be grateful that opportunity to make free money. I mean, if you just use the change, but yeah, a lot of people probably thought they deserved more. I remember farming that thing in last year as well, but I don't take farming seriously. But there's a lot of people around the world where they view farming as their ability to earn a living, and I can't hate on that. So it does have hatred. So now with ZK Sync, the only problem I have with this is, they have a token now, yet they haven't had more volume come into the chain. You would think that the liquidity event of this token, creating the token and airdropping it, would create then an effect where people would stay on chain, so to say, and just stay in the ZK Sync ecosystem and literally blind ape everything. The fact that it hasn't had that yet, to me, it's a little concerning, just because it's like, why? So that means no one really had interest in the chain. They just had interest in farming it because they're automatically taking it out. So I did look at Zeke just right now, and I think it's gone through its corrections. I like the fact that it had instant chat candle to like 4 or 5 million. It's now around like 2.7, 2.6, solid liquidity. So it seems like there's smart money, VC money backing it. So it would be interesting to see. I'm personally not bullish on ZK Sync. I just think it was a complete money grab, and the only reason I was into it was because of the airdrop. But yeah, I mean, that's a fantastic list, and I think anyone listening or watching this should really take notes of these 5 memes that he's put out.
Absolutely, man. So, just quick question. So we have these 5 out here. Um, in your opinion, would you rearrange or switch any of these spots, or change up the list, or add anything to any of these spots based off of what you've seen with layer twos? And I have a feeling we have ZK Sync last on your list. So
Bro, ZK Sync wouldn't even appear on my list.
gotcha.
No, I mean, listen, I think it's a toss up. I would be, I think you can't go wrong with the way you bid Linnea, Blast, and Scrolly. I think they all are good. But to me, I mean, like I said, it's not because I'm just so in deep on the base ecosystem. I just think base is by far the number one, and it's just like distant second, third, fourth. I just really do. And again, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I think base is going to capture the attention. I think all these other chains are good to, maybe have a lottery ticket, put yourself in one of these positions and just like not check the chart for 6 months, come back, and I think you'll be fine. But I
Absolutely.
would view these as just more of opportunities to make money, not really mess with anything else in that ecosystem. So
Uh-oh.
to me, it's base, and then the rest are pretty interchangeable.
Lisby. Still there, man?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, my Wi-Fi cut down a little bit. Where I'm at, there's actually a storm going on. So,
Oh,
uh,
damn.
sorry about that. But yeah, man, I definitely do agree with you, dude. Just building off what you said, base, phenomenal layer two. Right now, they're dominating as number one. And the thing I like about it is, like, Jesse's doing such a great job. I know you've spoken to Jesse a few times with the rollout and how everything's being created behind the base chain. And before we start to, like, wrap up this live stream, is there any alpha you see with base? Is there anything big we can expect coming down the road? Like, what are you seeing?
I'm seeing a chain with the most amount of collaboration amongst teams, amongst projects, amongst individuals. The collaboration is like truly one big family. I'm not just saying that to sound cheesy, but it's refreshingly different. Like, say, for instance, Solana, it's just player versus player. It's like, I'm going to dump on you. Hey, listen, all shout out to Solana. It's the Zksync casino. It's fun. But make no mistake about it, everyone's there to make money and dump on your heads. It's just straight up. You better get your bag and leave. Base is completely different. It's truly like something like a family. And I've never seen projects wanting to work with one another to lift their brands, because they know at the end of the day, a rising tide lifts all ships, right? They know that if they work together and they have this mentality of like builder helps builder, it's going to make that chain even stronger for when normies come, and that's going to make their project stronger. So it all starts with Jesse. He's the one who's collaborating with everything. He's the head dog. I think alpha wise, I think now is the time to get onto base if you haven't. There's a lot of great discounts. Like I said, we and you agree with the top two with Crash and Brett. You got Ski Mask Dog, I have Miggles. I just think right now there's massive value, and I just don't see it going down any further. I think a correction was needed, and I think what you saw in March timeframe is going to be dwarfed, probably closer towards the next month or two when the market kind of picks up. So if you have, my last thoughts would be, if you haven't bridged to base, do you even crypto, bro?
I love it, man. That's a great one. Do you in crypto, bro? Well, man, absolutely. That was a great breakdown. I think we had a great live stream. You guys got a little alpha on what's going on with base. We talked a little bit about the ton network. We talked about our favorite meme coins on every single layer too. And I think what we're going to do once a week, we're going to meet up. It's called the Next Layer Podcast. We're going to talk about different ecosystems, different meme coins. So if you want to come in for the alpha, get a little explanation on the technology, or if you just want to support us, guys, I really do appreciate it. Before I wrap this live stream up, please go over to Late Night on Base, follow my boy, support the podcast, follow him on subscribe to him on YouTube, and also follow his personal account. I believe it's Crypto Dweeb. Is that what it is?
Yeah. But shout out to that. Oh yeah, that's OG right there. I need a
OG.
post one.
Yes, sir. And also, follow the verse, subscribe to us on YouTube, show the support, and also please like and tweet this out so we can continue to reach new audience. Well, guys, that's it. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.